everyone, and welcome to Hifi Mafia TV. We're here with a very august panel today of audiophile experts, and we got a great agenda, which is really no agenda because we got a few things maybe we want to talk about, but we've been having these live streams once a month, and sometimes it's slipped a little bit more than that. We did at TAD, we did SVS, we have Essalon scheduled for March 21st, so guys, be sure to check that out. But today we decided to do them once a week, so we hope you guys will join us, grab a beer or something or whatever it is. Right now it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, at least Eastern Standard Time. But we're going to be doing these every week, talking about what's new, what happened this week in the audiophile world, and also other stuff on our minds. I kind of feel like we're on I see the crypto, streams. Like I think they're like crypto bros. You know what I mean? They go through and each guy says, "Oh, I think crypto is going to be at 100. Bitcoin's going to be at 100,000." And the other guy says, "No, 30,000, whatever." But here we are. Just guys, introduce yourself. Members of the Hifi Mafia, again, which we created to have periodic regular streams. So we have Giles. Giles, say hello. Giles from home. Your home theater and Hifi.
Giles McCoy. Yeah.
Giles McCoy. The eponymous.
Welcome, everybody. So for the folks coming in from other channels, my name is Giles McCoy, and I run a number of different socials out there. I'm at the Giles McCoy or at Giles McCoy on YouTube, so you can find me just about anywhere. And I cover all of entertainment technology, though. So that's everything from hi-fi, audiophile, 2-channel to multi-channel to mobile, compute, gaming, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, even TVs. So excited to be here.
Some travel stuff, right?
I have a separate channel called Travel Fanatics that me and my wife run, and so we do about one piece of content a month. We get to take one vacation, big one a year, so we film as much as we can, and then we stretch it out. But that's my retirement plan. When I'm 60 and retired, it's just going to be travel all the time, and that channel will be popping off. Me and all the other old geezers.
We'll be looking for you, Daniel Barber, aka Base Therapy. What do you got for us?
What's going on, guys? Base Therapy. I don't know what I do. I just post videos and they blow up for some reason. And I love hanging out with these old guys. I know I'm young, but we share the same mindset. And I thought Giles was way closer to 60, but never mind.
All right, man. Well, with that,
it's a trap. That's bait.
With that introduction for Daniel. Let's move on to Ray, aka Hi-Fi Turtle. Ray, what's going on in your end of the world?
What's up, everyone? Ray, Hi-Fi Turtle here. Find me at Hi-Fi Turtle pretty much everywhere. The leading reptile adjacent audio page, all things audio, everything like that. Always new stuff coming in. We've got some really cool reference components coming in now. Everyone's seen the new Dyne audios from me. We just finished up the YG review, the YG Talus. There'll be more from YG probably later this year, and got some more stuff coming, some more sim audio stuff, some SBL stuff. So stay tuned, and some secret projects that I can't talk about yet. But if you subscribe, you'll be the first ones to know.
All right, that's great. So where do you think Bitcoin will be in 1 year from now?
Hopefully, still in my bank, getting bigger and bigger.
Well, before we get to that, it's true, Giles, right? You had a lot of Bitcoin at one point. Is that not correct?
Oh yeah, at one point, but this is way back when before they were even commercial miners for sale, in the early days. I was smart when I got started and mined out a ton of it, and then I was stupid and I sold it all. If I had held all of it, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be in the audience listening to my new Vivid speakers as opposed to talking about them.
Awesome. So Ray, no guess on Bitcoin?
This is next year or end of year?
1 year. 1 year from today.
1 year from today?
When I think about that, let's go around. Giles, what do you think real quick?
Well, okay. It depends if the financial institutions are really jumping in or not, if we want to shift into Bitcoin.
1 year. Where is it?
Just say a number.
At 476,248.
Okay.
Precise.
Danny?
I don't really look into it that much, but probably $100,000. I don't know how much is it now, probably 70, right? But I don't know, especially with taxes now being applied, and I think the government is going to start tracking it way harder than before. I don't know. It might go up, it might go down. But
all right, we know it's going to go up or down. We get that. We're just looking for a number. And Ray,
100K.
100K, Ray.
35,000.
35,000.
Oh, go the other way.
Now,
I'm going to say 120 for Bitcoin, and we'll see how that works out. Okay, so we got that. We're going to revisit that on our stream 1 year from now and see how all of our projections kind of panned out. But a couple of audiophile things on the agenda for today. Again, this was really informal. We didn't publicize this at all. I put out something like 2 hours ago. And again, I'm Howard Neller. Not even again, I'm just introduced myself first. I'm Howard Neller from the Listening Chair. We have a YouTube channel where we cover a lot of audiophile events and shows. And we just started a Facebook group about 3 months ago, the Listening Chair with Howard Neller. And we have almost 12,000 people already. So it's growing pretty rapidly. It's very dynamic. People are posting their stuff from all over the world. So check that out. We're on every social media platform. As far as today, just talk about whatever we want to talk about, or whatever someone in the audience wants to talk about, if there is an audience, because like I said, we didn't really publicize this. But some things on the agenda would be the new Vivid Moya M1 speaker. It's $465,000. It's the hottest thing out there right now. I was just speaking to Ewald Verkerk and Lawrence Dickey, who designed the speaker, this morning. And they sent me some photos from China where they're at a show, and they're saying that the speaker is getting an unbelievable reception there. So those guys would have jumped on this stream actually, except right now at 4 o'clock Eastern, 4:08 Eastern, it's 4:08 a.m. In China where they are at the show, and those guys are exhausted. But so that's one thing we're going to talk about. I got a new markup. Well, I got a new one this morning. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, but I have a semi-new markup of my listening room project in my home, and it's going to be a state-of-the-art listening room. We'll talk maybe a little bit about that. And then someone, I think one of you guys said you want to talk about Expand a little bit, what's going to be going on there, and anything else if anybody has anything else they want to talk about. Sound good?
Yeah, that
sure.
sounds
definitely
great.
So let's talk about the speaker first.
Yeah, Vivid Audio Moya 1.
It's
Yeah.
big.
So I think this is something. It's big. It is really big at 465,000. When I first saw this, I thought that Vivid was going to come out with something that was going to reach into those really higher ultra echelons that we've seen come out from like Magico most recently with the M9, Sonus Faber with their Suprema. Wilson Audio has been there for a long time with their Wham Chronosonic. So I was thinking that the Moya was going to reach into that probably 750,000 plus range. So at 465, it's definitely a new price range for Vivid, but it's not at the crazy ultra competing for the crown level, at least price wise. Now, sound wise might be completely different, and might be something that Vivid's saying, well, for less than $500,000, we can compete with those guys. Especially,
sorry.
No, I was going to say it's just especially given their capabilities that are completely in house.
Charles, can you throw a photo up do we have one we can throw up of the?
Yep, I'm gonna actually put up their website so we can all take a little gander there of what they've got going on. So just bear with me, and you guys can keep talking along.
This is a 5-way speaker, and when Ray said it, this is big. I didn't know whether he meant physically large or this is big news, but it's a 13-driver speaker, 5-way design. They weigh 763 pounds apiece. And the first time I looked at it, this is such a massively large speaker. It's the exact opposite of, in some ways at least, of what Audio Group Denmark is doing. Audio Group Denmark has, just what they think you need, and they're not looking to make a big speaker physically for the sake of making a physically big speaker. And so I looked at it's hard looking at that just in a vacuum. You see that in a room, which I did, and the first thing I said to myself is, how does that speaker get itself out of the way of itself? How does it get out of the way of itself? It's so large, and obviously it's not a square box, so that's done for a reason. But really a very different design approach than someone like Audio Group Denmark, which gives you a much, much smaller speaker, either for that or more money. But it's pretty cool. I mean,
does it assemble in 4 pieces? So I was looking at the back here, and these things are all daisy chained off each other with these whatever those things are, and I'm just curious if it assembles as 4 or if it's just one piece.
Those are 4 braced enclosures essentially.
So they come in 4 different boxes and you assemble it, or it just comes as one pre-assembled speaker.
I don't know. You know, whether they come in
Yeah.
separate flight cases or whether they come all together. I have no idea. But those are 4 separate cabinets, each using 8 of their C225 base drivers in cancellation modes. And then there's a panoply of other drivers on there, which basically add up to 13 drivers per speaker.
Yeah, and they're focusing on the 400 millimeter voice coil. That was like one biggest point of their speaker.
Yeah, that's a big voice coil. I mean, no doubt.
Yeah, that's
Combining
what,
all
5
those-
point something inches. Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, they actually put out a really cool like brochure about the Moya that I think a lot of people honestly just totally missed on their website. I've got that pulled up, Giles, if you want me to share that.
Yeah, feel
It's
free to
actually really,
share it. Yeah.
It's actually really cool.
I wonder if these guys are going to have the speaker at Expana.
That's
No,
what I'm
they're not.
hoping.
They're not.
They're not?
Yeah.
Do you know for that for sure?
Yes. Unfortunately,
No.
they already said it. And this year is probably like really expensive speakers released because Sonos Faber released Suprema too.
Yeah, Suprema. We'll see if that's there. But yeah, they released this brochure on their website. I think a lot of people missed out on it.
I just
you know,
heard I was over at House of Macintosh and they had the Suprema up there, and it's pretty impressive. The price is a little bit eye-opening.
Yeah, for
A little
sure.
bit.
That's the $750,000.
Is that the speaker they had at CES?
Yes.
Yes, that's the speaker they had at CES.
CES was the debut for it.
Right on.
Yeah, not that I don't have the money for it, just I don't know. Yeah. But
yeah, they're showing off quite a few things on this brochure. You know, they're showing their taper tube loading, which is featured in a lot of their speakers. I think every speaker of theirs has the taper tube loading. That's what Lauren Sticky, designer and owner of Vivid, is really known for. There's the super flux magnet that they're putting in for the tweeters.
Is that a neodymium magnet? Do we know? Because I read it and it's like we use rare earth.
Yeah, they're just calling it a rare earth magnet. They're not
Is it
specifying
neo?
if it's purely neodymium.
yeah, you're talking about that port for each of the drivers. Giles, maybe if you can pull up, Lawrence had sent over, one of the things they had sent over was a post where they show a flute that was made out of a 3D modeled flute that shows the benefit. Now we're not going to hear it, so we're not going to be able to talk. But he sent a photo of that, which illustrates the design of these drivers, the ports behind the drivers.
So on the comments, real quick, Larry said,
but the tapered tubes you were just showing.
Yeah,
Which are the drivers, right?
Yeah, that thing.
Can you pull up the photo that I sent you?
Yeah, I don't see that photo. I see other photos, but I don't see a photo of that.
At some point.
Yeah, you can share it. Just pull up on your screen and then just click share or present down at the bottom and select the app that the picture's open in.
Oh, here it is. Okay.
wait, real quick. Larry said they look like the BMW Nautilus, and there's a reason for it. It's because it's the same designer.
yeah.
The same guy that made the Nautilus made these. He works at Vivid now.
What, slide or video file or share screen?
Share screen, and then it'll allow you to choose the app that you have the picture open in.
Surprised the speaker fits on the screen. Yeah, they're pretty big.
Select tab to share.
Yeah, just play with it. You'll figure it out. You should
Okay.
you just have to make sure you open up the photo in some application, and then you can share that app.
No,
He
we lost.
We lost Howard.
We lost Howard.
All right,
We'll wait for Howard to come back. Yeah, we'll keep going. So there's the reaction canceling driver and ports. So we see in this there is actually 2 ports. Actually, I guess 3 ports per pair of bass drivers. So these ports are tuned to 19 hertz, which is so low comparatively to most speakers. Like typically a lot of speakers don't tune their port frequency to like the lower frequency of that. And usually even if the speaker is going to hit like 30 or 40 hertz, we're seeing the port tuning probably in the upper 40s, maybe even upper 50s in that case. But this is port tuned to 19 hertz. And there's the porting that comes on the sides here, and there's also the porting in the back. So half of this porting is happening in the upper half of the cabinet, and then the rest of the porting is happening at the back of the cabinet, which is a very interesting design. And we can see that there's actually a bracing bar that goes between the two drivers to, again, cancel out those kind of vibrations that are happening.
Yeah, it's interesting on the port design because it looks like each individual speaker has maybe a dedicated port that runs to the other side of the box, and then maybe they both share the larger rear port. Is that
Yes.
It's hard to tell.
Yeah, I believe that is how it is.
Well, definitely like in cancellation mode. Giles, I just emailed you that photo of the tapered tube. Maybe because I just tried to show it to you and I just kind of bounced myself off. So maybe we can pull that up.
Yeah. Let's see.
Computer
that thing. I thought that was a bottle of whiskey or something. I didn't realize that.
Actually, like I said, a flute that was made a 3D printer, I guess, and it illustrates the tapered tube design that they're using in the speaker.
All right, so there's the
flute.
What looks like
that does look like some sort of like exotic alcohol.
Yeah, I thought it was a liquor bottle, and he was sitting there just about to get tore up, or maybe he's already tore up. I don't know, but I love his DJI microphone though. That's the same one I use.
Yeah, I did not notice that. Yeah. And then so apparently we have some photos from the show, but apparently Ewald Verkek, who is the distributor for the company, he said that they put it on, what's that Chinese big social media app, WeChat?
Yeah, WeChat. Yeah.
1,000 shares on WeChat.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's making a lot of waves over there. And then we have some photos from the show over there also.
Yeah, let me see if I can show some of those here real quick.
These speakers definitely came out of nowhere, and I wasn't expecting Vivid to drop something as big as this. And I was in talks with them.
One of the things they talked about was that, this speaker's been over 4 years in development, or about 4 years in development. That it started as an idea that Lawrence had when he was in COVID lockdown in a hotel in South Africa. Yeah. So ever since then, it's kind of just been in development and something that he's been trying to bring to market.
Yeah. And this is a room. It's a huge room, and you can kind of get an idea if you look close. I think some of the other photos show it better, but the speakers are pretty large.
Yeah, I wanted to call out in this photo, you can see the rest of their line across the left wall. So you can see what I refer to lovingly as the elf speakers, or the Smurf speakers.
What is that guy from Dragon Ball?
Majin Buu.
Yeah, Majin Buu.
That's what I think of. I think of Majin Buu.
The Majin Buu speakers. And then the fat bottom speakers are the other ones, as I call them.
Llamas.
Yeah.
They had to make a pink one and call it Majin Buu, bro. It's gonna sell.
I don't know what they're driving those speakers with, but on the other wall it seems to be the electronics.
They're passive, right?
Yes, they're passive. I believe it was the Lin Climax series.
Oh, it was Lin. It was Lin. That's right, because the other photos will show that they're presented with. Yeah.
So are these? Do you have to? Well, let me ask this question: do we know what the crossover design looks like? Is it on board inside of the speaker?
Inside, internally. It's all in the bottom of the speaker. There's 3 separate boards, or I guess there's 5 separate boards. Let me double check.
So these are not like you can build your own, they're only that way. You can only get them in that setup.
What happened? Hold on.
Yeah, it's having some fun there, it looks like.
Everyone went to this site after we started going live. It crashed. Right, we crashed the Vivid site.
I'm going to show you this picture because I'm curious about what they got going on here. So check this out, and let's try and break down what's happening in this image.
Yeah, Chloe has nothing on us because we just crashed the internet. So,
all right. So we've got, a stack of source in the middle, right? And it looks like they're doing the traditional audiophile, break out all the components. So that's fine. But then we have
power amps.
2 kind of 2 amps on each side, and I assume that each pair is dedicated to one of the sides. So my question is, how's this working? So I guess they very well
may have these bi-wired, bi-amped rather, but I don't even know what show this is. I just know it's on. These were taken yesterday, and they sent them to me this morning. And I don't, I know it's a show in China.
Yeah, it says right there, but I don't think we can read in Chinese.
I don't
Mandarin.
know what that says. Yeah. New product conference. So, but look how big the speakers are, man. I mean, and they're long.
They're thick boys.
They're thick. Yeah. It's pretty cool.
I like the design, to be honest. I really like it. I thought I was gonna not like it, but I really like it. It's super different. It's not a box. I think they probably sound amazing, and I wish they were at Exponent because I really wanted to hear these. These probably make amazing bass for organs. These are probably the perfect speakers.
Yeah, it's always great when you put your subwoofers on board, right? Everybody knows I'm a big proponent of subwoofers, and here you go. They're like, let's add in 8 subs on each speaker. But the key here, though, is what Ray said, right? When I saw that they were ported, I cringed a little bit, and I'm all like, oh, bass reflex. But since they are tuned at 19 hertz, the phase change associated with bass reflex happens under your port tuning frequency, and also unloading of the speakers happens underneath that port tuning. So you could put a subsonic filter on these, down at 18 hertz or something, and be in pretty good shape and get full range, not subsonics, but full range without any, of the low end.
There are filters on these speakers, and they've made a big deal over that. Passive hardwired filters. I'm not quite sure what, their own proprietary filters. I'm not sure really what the details are.
Yeah, I got that back in the spread, or not the spreadsheet, my share. So this is the exploded version, and I think this is something that a lot of people just missed during the announcement, because I haven't seen anyone share this photo, and I think it's an amazing photo to share if you can. But you see in the bottom there is the crossover unit. So there's a low frequency, low and mid filter, and then the mid, upper, high, and high frequency. So 3 separate boards, but a 5-way speaker design.
Yeah, I'm trying to read. My screen's pretty large. I'm trying to read the lettering here. It's pretty. That is a cool shot, though, man.
Yeah. So I wonder if they do have so they're referring to a crossover as a filter, but I wonder if they do have a true subsonic frequency elimination.
They have the other thing too on here, and if you go down one into some of the port design, they kind of do like a muffler design in order to eliminate some of the emanation of sound from the back end. So they have this thing, but it's not just the regular port. There's this turbine that's inside, and then there's another like absorber end cap that goes into it with another like outer shell. So that it makes me think of like a muffler design where they're kind of probably reflecting the low frequency in a certain way that kind of cancels itself out before it even exits the port.
Okay, I just noticed I didn't really stream this out. So,
yeah, if you hit your go live button up at the top, it should light you up.
For your audience, I just hit 2. It's not letting me do more than 2.
Yeah, you're limited to 2.
Okay, and then I do have to, and then I just like kind of hit each circle. And that it? Is that it? I'm live now, or I have to do something else?
As long as you selected them and hit go live, you should.
I don't see a go live, but say something.
Yeah, right now I don't think you're streaming out to anything. At least it doesn't show up on my stuff. I can see Hi-Fi Turtle is going out to his, and we got some folks coming in from your channel. So your fans are locked and loaded with us, Ray. That's awesome.
Yes.
Okay. Now I think I see a little check. I see Facebook and YouTube.
There. Yeah, I see it now as well. Your Facebook and your YouTube are live. So
this is quite it's quite worrying. I may have to actually pay the $50 a month for a paid account so I can stream to all 3 of my platforms or more. So, all right. So yeah, sorry guys for those of you on my channels, in the Facebook group and on our YouTube channel for Listening Chair. Sorry about that. We've this is the Hi-Fi Mafia, and we're here and we're talking about a variety of audiophile related topics and a little bit of Bitcoin. And we're just kind of going over what's going on with Vivid, who dropped this $465,000 Moya M1 speaker, which we were just showing some shots that Lawrence Dickey, the designer, and Ewald Verkerk, distributor sent from a show in China yesterday. They sent. I was talking to those guys this morning. They sent over some shots. Giles, do you want to put up a couple more of the shots from the show?
Yeah, I'll get through those here in just a second.
Are those aluminum drivers even for the tweeters?
So the tweeters typically, Vivid does use aluminum. There is an aluminum backing, but then it has the synthetic diamond on top, the synthetic black diamond on the tweeter and the upper mid-range dome style driver.
Carbon fiber diamond cover. Yeah,
and it's pretty cool that the aluminum also has some back end carbon fiber rings that go on the back that also change the breakup frequencies.
That's awesome.
And it wears polka dotted underwear.
They're saying it's lighter and more rigid than what is this stuff?
Than pure diamond.
Uses? No, the Focal uses.
Than beryllium?
Yeah. That's what they were saying.
They moved away from beryllium to this carbon fiber diamond, mix that they have. That's supposed to be, not as expensive. Beryllium is very, very expensive to produce. And the other thing that struck me about these speakers is that, and this is very, very surprising to me, is that the sensitivity is 93.
That's pretty high for a speaker that size.
Yeah. So my curiosity is, what kind of amp do we need to drive these things? And
some 3060s from Boulder. You're good. If you have 400 grand for these, you have 160 for the amps.
You might need a much less powerful amplifier. Lawrence, who, like I said, designed these speakers, he was totally up for coming onto the stream. It's just 4 a.m. there in China right now, and they're kind of getting their rest because they've had a pretty busy day at the show and travel and all that kind of stuff. But I'd like to bring both those guys onto one of our monthly streams where we actually have guests on and have them talk a little bit about the speaker and other stuff that's going on.
Yeah,
most definitely.
We if anybody has questions, please drop those in the chat. Supernova is here with us, along with Siphonics is here, and then, as noted before, Larry is up in the crowd as well. So if you have any thoughts or questions around these speakers or anything else in general, feel free to drop that in, and we will bestow upon you our collective wisdom of the ages.
Absolutely, on any topic whatsoever.
Collective wisdom of the ages could be yours.
Yes.
Let's see. Let me put another picture.
Daniel's 20 years, right? Daniel, how old are you, man?
I'm 23.
23. All right, so we get 23 years of wisdom from Daniel, and
Nothing, basically.
over 60 years of wisdom. So there you go.
Average you guys up, you're like 32 years old.
32 collective years of wisdom.
40 years old even.
Yeah, so it looks like really quite a reception they've gotten over there in China for these speakers with Lin. And I was I don't know why, I was just a little surprised to see them pairing up with Lin. I really don't know why I was surprised, but I just make great stuff. And I guess I kind of think about Lin as not a closed ecosystem, but a lot of times you see, like, Lin likes to show their stuff with Lin speakers, with a Lin turntable and a Lin DAC. So whenever I see them with someone else's stuff, it's just a little weird. I don't know who the gentlemen up on stage are. I assume it's because I don't see Lawrence in those photos. I don't see Ewald, the distributor there. I assume it's somebody, the distributors from the Far East or a retailer or somebody like that. But it looks like they got a great reception.
Yeah, I wonder if these are going to be at the Malaysia show, because they could just drive them down for that.
When is that?
What's that?
When is that again?
It's the end of April, so it comes after Axpona.
Right. Gosh, there's so many shows, man.
When is Munich happening?
May.
Probably May.
Yeah.
They're probably going to be there, I think.
It should
most likely. They're based in the Netherlands, so
it's close.
Oh,
yeah, relatively close.
Maybe that's why they're not going to show them that. Maybe because they're going to show the Moya
in Munich.
Munich, yeah. Probably expensive to carry around and stuff. And probably feature.
For sure.
Yeah, so definitely something to keep your eyes open for on this speaker. It's looking pretty impressive. Anything that comes from Lawrence Dickey needs to be taken seriously, and we'll see how it looks, and we'll see how it sounds.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about where we're each going to be throughout the year and what we have coming up on our agendas for shows.
For
And
sure.
Howard, maybe you want to start. Let us know what the listening chair is going to be doing.
Yeah, so right now we're actually at Southwest Audio Fest. I know it doesn't look like I'm at Southwest Audio Fest because I'm not, but we have Chris Noble there, and he's been live blogging into the Facebook group. Again, the listening chair with Howard Neller on Facebook is our group. And so we're there. And then the next stop after that is going to be Expana, where all four of us are going to be. And we're going to, like I said, reunite. We're going to break some bread and hang out again and have a great time. I remember when Daniel walked up to me at the show and said, "Excuse me, are you Howard Neller?" And I said, "Yes."
I think it was me, and not. I don't think it was Daniel. I think it was me.
Yeah. I didn't recognize you because you had a younger photo of yourself.
Well,
I don't think that's him, right?
I'm getting to that. So then Ray goes, "Guys, it's him. Guys, it's him." And then they come running over. And then Daniel looks at me and says, "Man, you look a lot older than you did on your Instagram photo." And I said, "Yeah, fuck it."
Sorry, my honesty, man.
Yeah, man, it's all good.
Put it back sometime.
I'll get you back. It's okay, no problem. So we'll be at Expana, and we're gonna have full video coverage and live blogging into the group. And also, I just wanted to mention that we're just starting this room. I moved recently out of the big city, out of New York. And Charles, maybe you could, if you don't mind, pulling up really quick the photo. We have like a preliminary mock-up. Got some new ones in this morning I need to look at, but we have a preliminary mock-up of what my room's going to look like. We're building a state-of-the-art listening room. It's going to be fantastic. We got a bunch of great partners on the project, and we're going to make a series of videos on the listening chair, basically from the very beginning of the electricals from the pole into the room. It's going to be a floating room with an isolation transformer from Taurus, and it's going to be in a Faraday cage, and it's going to be real state-of-the-art. Now, you got that photo, Giles?
Yeah, you have to give us some time.
You gotta fly us over to listen to that room, man.
Yeah.
We have just present again. Is that what I need to do? Oh, there you go.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Howard's all like, "Get my shit up there right now, damn it! Hurry up!"
So it's gonna be a great video series. Absolutely, that's
for sure. I'm excited.
Yeah, so on my stream earlier in the week, Dave was on in the audience, and he was mentioning that he was working with you on building this out.
Oh, well, that's the thing. So talk about it, Expana. We're going to be giving a presentation, I think on Saturday afternoon or Saturday morning. We're one of the presenters, and I'm going to have on there Dave Malikpour, who's the room designer, and one of the guys from Jokavi Acoustics, who was responsible for those cool looking room treatments you see in the photo. Actually, the diffuser in the back is going to open up. It's going to be on rails. It's going to open up, and it's going to be a very large screen TV behind those. So that's going to be really cool. And then we're going to also have Mike's partner, Dave's partner, Mike, is going to be on there also. And so we're going to talk about at Expana at this presentation what it's like. I'm like the client in this because these guys are kind of working for me on this. And what it's like to build this room from start to finish. And that's what the video series is going to be also. Right now, it's just an empty, huge garage, basically. We're going to turn that into
how much is that chair? Isn't it that chair like $8,000 or something?
Okay, so here's the thing on the chair. That's really a preliminary mock-up. Now,
that's the IKEA version.
No,
it's a rendering. It's a rendering.
It's not gonna. I mean, the gear. This is really an early mock-up. They threw any gear in there. My system does not look like that. I'm hoping to have the YG flagship speaker in there, so that's accurate. But the chair is not going to be that chair because that chair is not good. It's comfortable, it looks cool, but it's not good for sound quality. And
yeah, because it closes around your ears, right?
All that, and it's very low.
Yeah.
So it's not an ideal place for your drivers as far as your ears are. But there's some decent ones you can get for $3-4 grand. Not as good as the Ohms chair, at all, the real McCoy. But yeah, that's an expensive chair. And I'd love to have that chair, but I'm not going to have it because it's just not great for sound quality.
Yeah.
So
I like that lamp they have in there, though.
Yeah, the lamp is fire.
Yeah.
I like the lamp.
Yeah. I got a new set of. There's just one I have like about. Well, we have a design of the room. We have a whole kind of like acoustical measurements of the room they sent over. That's all mapped out, and the structure of the room, and building plans and stuff. And then there's these mock-ups. This is probably one of 10 photos. I just kind of sent it over. And it's going to change. I mean, it's going to change. And I think in one of the other photos, they have like cabinets on the sides, and I'm like, no cabinets on the sides. If we have cabinets for records, it's going to be built into the wall. It can't be protruding out from the wall. That's going to screw things up. But we're making this video series from beginning to end, and building a room is really a dark art, because you can spend a lot of money and you can put a lot of time into building a room, and it can sound like crap, and you can follow the golden ratio, and it just chances are it's probably not going to sound very, very good. In some rooms accidentally sound pretty good, but hopefully with all the experience that we have in this room between Jarkavi Acoustics and Manic Designs, everybody else who's kind of weighing in from the industry, this is going to really be a great sounding room. And I told them I don't want it just to look good. Like the guiding principle here is that form follows function. This needs to be an F1 racetrack. And if we have to make something look not quite as good to make it sound better, then that's what I want. I want a place where you go in there and you're just blown away. And it should be a great place where I'll be able to review super high-end gear. It's not a lot of people who are set up to review the Vivid speakers, the M1 Goyas, and the Moyas, actually. And so I'll be able to review speakers like that in this room. They're going to have to send, 2 or 3 bulky guys to help me get the speakers set up. But, I'll be set up.
Hopefully it's on the ground floor. It's like, I built it in the basement. They're like, we cannot send you speakers.
It is. Well, the problem is, so what I'm building actually is an experience center at the house. We're going to have 5 or 6 stereo systems of all price points. And, we're right on the beach, so you can hang out. You can go in the back, you can go sailing, you can go 4-wheel driving on the beach, you can barbecue. And I just had an outdoor pool table delivered. So I figured I'd throw the guy 30, 40, 50 bucks, the guys, to bring it out onto my back porch, which is not easy, my back deck, which is not easy to get to. And these guys are like, no way, we're not dealing with this. We don't want to damage it. It's going to take us an hour to do this. So I have this 400, 500 pound outdoor pool table sitting in my garage. It's going to be my listening room, and very little way to move it. It's very awkward and to get it around. So I'm going to have like a party and have like 6 guys come over, and they're going to have to lift it and we have to move it around. But it's going to be a place to come, play pool on the water, drink whiskey, smoke cigars, go into the room, hang out, listen to music. It's gonna be good.
Cool.
Sure.
So
what
Dan,
about you, Giles?
No, Dan, you first. Tell us what you got coming up. Yeah.
All right, so we got Expona. Really excited. Me and Ray, we already got the rooms dialed in to what we're gonna visit, how much time we're gonna spend. We have 15 minutes per room, and if they pay us, we're gonna be there for more time, but we don't know yet. And we got the show, obviously. I'm one of their ambassadors. I hope Giles said he's going to be there, so if you're not there, I'm going to be pissed because I missed you last year.
That's the plan right now. I should be there unless something weird happens.
And Ray is coming to the show as well in Cali.
Yeah, so, I'm gonna make it out to the show this year.
That's awesome. That's
what are you anticipating? Something weird's going to happen? Are you going to be there or not, man?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, so my son also has Civil Air Patrol encampment exactly the same dates. So, as long as nothing weird happens with that stuff, I'll be fine. But family always comes first for me. So, I have to make sure all that stuff is taken care of before I do any of these other things.
Well, we hope they'll make it, because that'd be the Hifi Mafia reunited, man.
Yeah, that's the goal, right? To be there. But go ahead, Dan. So you got the Costa Mesa?
Yeah, Costa Mesa.
Yeah, the Costa Mesa show. Then you got Expona.
Yeah, that's it for now. I'm hoping to get in contact with more shows like the Florida Capital. But yeah, that I have to meet them first, and then get in talks with them. But yeah, I'm getting better at selling myself and what I do. But it takes time. And I love taking time and learning and enjoying the process. Because once you're at the end, you're already done everything, it feels like there's no more purpose, And I love the journey. I love meeting you guys, meeting new companies, going to the shows. It's just amazing, and it makes me the happiest person ever, to be honest.
That's awesome. Now, you're doing some stuff for Kimber Cable, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, even got a T-shirt. I thought that was a Spider-Man.
No, it's Kimber, bro.
Yeah,
bro, their shit is comfy. Their hoodies and shirts are so comfy. And yes, they sent me their select cables, the 1163, I think they're called, and they're $5,000, $120, and I love the cables. Ray don't believe in me, but the cables made my system sound so much airy and I just love the cables. It made my system so much better, and now I need to upgrade my gear again. So I'm in talks with Gishelli Labs and iFi Audio. So let's see if that goes through. But
Yeah,
I'm excited.
I don't know iFi Audio at all. I know they exist in their gear, but I don't know them. But the Gishelli folks are always really nice, and they're really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
They're amazing.
Yeah, they're real down to earth, real nice, and nice fun gear. I use their stuff on the daily too. So
Yeah, as for the cheaper deck, and they're like, oh, but there's this one. And then now the deck came out to be like $1,000. So I'm getting their upgraded deck. So I'm super excited to listen to it. Because the SDG one that I have is not that good, the song cost. Because I got it because of Thomas and Stereo. But yeah, we'll see how they
But then,
compare.
what was the deal with,
I
what
love
was the
Thomas
deal with
though.
Ray? You're saying Ray, you believe in cables, no? I mean, as far as increasing.
Oh, let's get it.
That's not my thing, to be honest. You know,
No.
I actually am working with Kimber though.
Oh,
I've got something that's going to be coming from Kimber, so we'll see if that changes that. But there is going to be something that I can only do with Kimber. So you know, there's some behind the scenes work going on there. So it should be interesting. I'm hoping that it's going to work out the way that I'm anticipating, but we're going to find out.
yeah,
Nice.
we'll be looking forward to that, man, because these days, 2024, I mean, most audiophiles, I use that really not, non-audiophiles looking in the audiophile. Most audiophiles believe cables can increase performance, and I certainly do. So,
right on.
Yeah, it's
So
definitely
before
the popular opinion for sure.
Yeah, before we get to Ray, and Ray, you're going to have a full segment here. I do want to call out if anybody in the crowd has any questions, please pop those up. We were joined here in the comments by Suburban Barbecue. So welcome to the show here with us.
He
And
loves the chair. Me too, man.
yeah, that's the
Even if it sucks, it's beautiful.
the Ames chair. And I'm live also on Instagram, but I'm not really following comments. So if folks are commenting over there, please come over to YouTube and I can see your comments come in, but at least you can see the show on that side.
are you seeing
with that,
people from my channels coming in there or no?
yeah, we got some folks from your channels in here. Absolutely.
Cool.
Wait, so Siphonic said something funny. He said 170K on IG should be your selling point. You wish it worked like that. Sometimes having a ton of followers doesn't mean anything, because one thing that I've been having a problem with the companies is my content, because companies don't want to send products for me to make base videos with them. They want me to talk about their product. So if you're not talking about their products, they don't want to work with you. So it doesn't matter if you get 1 million views. If you don't talk about their products and why you should buy their products, it's not a deal for them. So I've been switching my content around to satisfy them. But yeah, having a ton of followers is not a really good selling point, because I know people with way less followers, they get a lot more products, and it's because of their content. So
yeah, that's a very astute realization. I mean, it's really important to understand the differences between what the platform wants, right? What Instagram wants, and then what affiliate brands, brand partners, and that kind of stuff, what they want, right? So what might get a ton of views on Instagram is not necessarily what any brand partner wants, because those views are worthless to them. They want you to talk about it, and if you can get 1,000 of the right views,
Right.
it's often a lot more valuable than 1 million of junk.
I know, Dan, I know you have quality viewers. I mean, there are a lot of channels or platforms that people have where they're basically like non-demographic, of non-interest. They're people from countries in South America or other Mideast where there's no distribution for the products that these companies want to sell. There's no money for the people to buy these products. They couldn't get them if they wanted to. Half the people or more are females or spam or pretending to be females. So I know you got a quality audience, so that makes a difference. And a lot of influencers, they may have big numbers, but like you were saying, big numbers by himself doesn't mean that much.
And that's what I've been working for too. All my 97% of my followers are male. 60% of my followers are around 45 to 60 years old. So in their buying category, and most of them are America, Europe, or like South America. But most of America and Europe. So that's a lot of where people buy products too. And now I've been having a surge in Japanese and Chinese markets. So that's pretty cool too, because that's where audiophile is the biggest.
Right on.
So Ray,
Yeah, Ray, let's move on to you. What's your business?
What's the business?
What's your business?
It's more high end stuff. It's more high end stuff coming in. I got in with the YG crowds. YG sent me the Talus speaker that I did the review on most recently. We're going to be doing the Dyna Audio Confidence 50 soon, hopefully. That's probably going to be an after Expona or right around Expona release. I've got a secret project that I'm working on right now with another company that I can't disclose at the current time. But that's going to come out in a few weeks as well. So look forward to that. That's probably going to be about a week or two before Expona as well. And then there's just there's some SPL equipment that I've got. I've got both their stereo amp, the S800, and their monoblocks, the M1000. Then there's some stuff that's going on there with some of the Kimber cabling stuff that's going to come out, and going to be one of the most unique videos I think on Instagram and YouTube, and one of the ones that is partly inspired by some of the stuff that Daniel's been doing.
Cool. Well, yeah, just one of the things I want to mention is, in addition to Expand and Listening Chair, we're going to be in Munich also, so look for that. That'll be cool.
And so, Ray, you'll be at Costa Mesa show.
Yes,
you'll
Costa
be at
Mesa.
Expona.
That's the two right now. I was planning to go to Capital Audio Fest, or going to try to make that effort as well. I'm not sure how I want to handle that because Capital Audio Fest is happening like 2 days after the election. So I don't know if I want to be in Washington, D.C. during that time.
Yeah.
You have to go to, I guess you do have to kind of fly into Washington. I'm not sure if there's an airport nearby, because it's really not in Washington, right? It's outside of Washington.
Yeah.
Virginia. I'm not sure what the next closest airport is, but.
Yeah, you still have to fly in like DFW.
I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You find yourself locked up in a federal penitentiary. I mean, it's
Well, as long as you don't do certain things, you'll be fine. And don't go to certain places, you'll be fine.
Don't bring your cell phone. Don't bring your cell phone because they have location tracking data, man. So that's my first rule of advice to you, man.
Mm-hmm.
They're always watching.
Yeah.
All right, now it's my turn.
Yes.
Okay, what's coming up? So from a show perspective, what's on the schedule this year is the Costa Mesa show. I guess that's in June. Next month it'll be the Malaysia show. It'll be Expona, and then after that, I've got Cedia, which is I think in the September timeframe, and that one's here in Denver, and I love that show. It's always a good one. I wanted to go to South by Southwest, but I've never been able to make it to that one. And then wrapping back into the beginning of next year, it'll be CES again in January of 25. So
Where's CES this year? Do you know?
It's in Vegas every year.
Vegas? Oh,
yeah,
that changes, right? Because it was in Texas once, and you were there.
Yeah, it was in Texas once, and I was there. But it's going to be in Denver for the next 2 or 3 or 4 years or something like that. There's I forget the contract period. And then from a content point of view, wrapping up a bunch of stuff that I'm doing for Next Level Acoustics. So I did their in-wall double 10 sub and their fusion frame soundbar for frame style television. So the ones you put on the wall and show the pictures and stuff. And then I've got their passive 18-inch sub coming in, and then their top of the line soundbar for television installations. So handling that stuff. And then I'm going to be doing 3 live streams a week. I'm a glutton for punishment. So I've got my live stream on Tuesday evenings, where I usually have a manufacturer or personality as a guest, and then we talk about stuff and other things. And Expona was there last week, and this coming week I've got record turntables and the Northern AV show from Penang. They'll have a representative. Wilson will be there. Yeah, 3. And then I haven't decided the final day for this yet, but I'm going to start doing a live unboxing every week, as long as I have stuff to unbox. And this week it'll be the KEF. Well, actually, I did a laptop unboxing earlier this week, but I'm trying to catch up with some content. So I'll be doing the KEF LSX2 LTs, I think is the model, their little powered bookshelf speaker, and I'm going to do that later this afternoon. And then I'm trying to pick a day for that, and I don't know. There's so many streams out there that I conflict with something on some day, so it's almost impossible to find a free day. And then we're going to have this show every Sunday at this time, where we get on and cover audiophile, hi-fi topics and other things every week.
For sure.
Gosh,
You know, I have a solid steel rack that I got to do an unboxing, but I'm not going to do it live because I'm totally convinced I'm not going to be able to put it together like without, you know, trying to read through the instructions or calling somebody to help or whatever. So that's not going to embarrass myself.
Wait, Giles, what's the difference between the new LT and the older version? Except
no
the
idea.
$300 less. Because that's what I was looking for, and it seems the same product.
When I make the video, I'll be able to tell you. Right now, it's sitting in a box in the living room, so I haven't made it that far to. I don't even know what the specs on it are.
It's the same exact speaker, but the LT version, I believe the only difference is it doesn't do Rune, and there's a few other things that it doesn't do. I don't think it does Bluetooth either. Maybe it does do Bluetooth.
Bluetooth is no big loss, but Rune is kind of unfortunate. From an audiophile perspective, I love Rune. I've also got the Kef Cube that I'll be doing their 15-inch sub, so I'm excited for that one, and a litany of other things. I'm even going to do a gaming chair to replace this busted old chair I'm sitting in right now. From so I do all kinds of stuff.
We're going to have a listening chair contest in the Facebook group to actually select the chair we're going to use. But I feel really obligated to tell one quick, because you mentioned CES, and I was telling you guys some really off-color stories before we started the live stream today. But I got to tell you, like, I went to CES one year, and you're only going to get the end of the story if you go to my paid subscription. No, I don't have a paid subscription service, but I got a call. We're going to not OnlyFans. We're going to see CES, and I got a call from someone, and he's saying, I got a friend. My friend has a friend in the porn business, because the porn convention is given at the same time that the audiophile areas. And he's like, the guy bought a table at the award ceremony, and it's the table costs like $15,000, and he has 2 extra seats. And do you guys want to come? You can sit, get dressed up, put a tuxedo on, and you can come. So I'm like, sure, I'm going to be there anyway for CES, so I might as well. So, and I can't tell the whole story, but we get there, and, we get a limo pulls up, and a red carpet. So we're on the porn red carpet, and it was back in the day. I don't even know if it's digital photography. Can't remember, but they just take your picture, So everyone's taking our picture, getting out of this limousine. And if you're nobody, they just throw it away, or whatever. But and then so we went into the award ceremony, and I'll end the story right there. But it was a very, very interesting experience and tangent with my audio CES experiences.
Yeah, we have a question from the audio project, and I have no idea what the answer is, but maybe one of you guys does. Any brands coming with purified drivers?
Only what is that brand? Bookart. Only Bookart has been adding purified drivers. I haven't seen any other brand.
There's a few other brands that have them or have been adding them
really
now.
Small. They're nothing that special, because the purified drivers are those drivers that look ugly. It looks like they've been burnt, but they sound amazing.
Sorry, Bookart.
No, Bookart is great, but the drivers are ugly because they look like they've been burnt, but they're supposed to be like super good, no distortion and all that stuff.
I mean, I'll listen to a Purify speaker. I don't care. I'll listen to it.
I'll listen to it.
I'll listen to it as well. I listen to all kinds of ugly speakers. I think there's a lot of super high end speakers that are just absolutely hideous, but they sound pretty darn good.
That's the point. I don't care if they're ugly. If they sound good, so that matters. He said Karma, Lingdorf hit me up for some reason. It might work something out. We'll see. They are the most linear of all drivers. Yep, there it goes. They're great drivers.
I got an AVR that I want to look at. Their video processor for TV and stuff. They have some cool stuff.
I'm looking at the drivers. I mean, they are a little bit ugly. I agree with you. Like the speaker, actually, the cabinet is gorgeous, beautiful woodwork.
For sure.
There's the drivers, they're but I don't know if they're covered or not. If they put a cover over them, but they are a little bit ugly. They're not terrible, but they're a little ugly. I give you that.
I'll give you.
All right, we are coming up on time here, so let's do a little round robin for any closing thoughts from everybody. We got another 5 minutes or so left to go before we all turn into pumpkins. Howard, you go first this time.
Yeah, I just think the new speaker, the Moya G1. When Vivid does something, people are always very interested, and there's a lot of fans. I think that these speakers have the promise of being something very special. Of course, they're very expensive. We'll see. I'm sorry if they're not an exponent. That would be a big letdown for me, but I'm looking forward to hearing them at some point. Maybe they'll have them at GTT Audio in New Jersey, and they'll be able to check them out. It's one of their they're big dealers. And we'll see you guys at the next show is at Expana, and keep an eye open for what the videos on the room, the building of the room from start to finish. It should be really, really interesting. And then also just want to just plug the Facebook group again, the Listening Chair with Howard Neller. It's a great group. Everybody's been posting photos of their systems from all over the world, including Daniel. I want to see some more stuff from Ray and from Giles in there, but all good. So yeah, thanks.
Oh, let me just read this comment real quick. I thought it was really funny. So Suburban Barbecue said they kind of look like they have been sitting in a Texas warehouse for a few hot summer. That's an amazing comment.
Yeah, man.
All right. Well, Ray, since you're talking, what are your closing thoughts for us today?
Closing thoughts. Thank everyone for watching. Thanks. I don't even know how to do this, but
well, let's just say the big announcement for Dan is Dan made his bed.
Yeah, I made my bed. Look, I never make my bed because I feel like if I make it, I'm gonna unmake it at night. You know.
That's very profound, man. When you're like this, that really is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Wait, are we closing it off now?
Yeah, we're
at the hour.
Right.
We're doing final thoughts.
So thanks everyone for watching. Thanks Ray, Hi-Fi Turtle for watching for coming to the live. Thanks Howard with the listening chair. Thanks Giles. We had a ton of fun. We went over the new Vivid audio speakers. We went over Bitcoin for some reason, but we did. We went over what everybody's doing for this year, and you guys can watch this live later if you want. It's gonna be pretty fire. I love the boys. Can't wait to see them at Expona. And yeah, thanks everyone for being here. And until the next one.
Right on. And then we'll do Ray next, but before Ray, we'll say hello to Chris and then goodbye.
Oh no. You missed it by a bit.
Oh, all right, Ray, what you got?
I'm really looking forward to Expona. It's the biggest North American show. I'm really looking forward to Costa Mesa with the show this year. It'll be my first non-Expona show ever, actually. So looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to this Thursday, March 21st, where the Hifi Mafia, the same faces you're seeing on this screen, will be live with Estalon, the Estonia speaker maker. Will be on with their CEO CEO Alyssa and chief designer Alfred. So look forward to that. Make sure you subscribe to Hi-Fi Mafia, subscribe to Hi-Fi Turtle as well, so you can continue to see all that stuff. See what's coming up with my room, some of the secret projects I've been working on, and of course all the Expona and the show content that's going to come after that as well.
Awesome. And just apologies to everyone in my audience who I kind of cut off because I didn't get the live stream going until about halfway through. So we'll fix that next time.
Right on. And then for me, thanks everybody for joining and watching today. Your time is precious, so I appreciate that you spend it with us. Make sure that you subscribe, and you can see on your screen here some of our @. So we've got the @Giles McCoy and @Hi-Fi Turtle. So make sure you pop over to those real quick. And
I forgot the @ but
and Dan's @Base Therapy. And then Howard, what's your YouTube? Is it @The Listening Chair or?
Well, it's kind of weird the way it's someone had that. So I mean, if you put in the Listening Chair with Howard Neller, it'll pop up, but it's really @The Listening Chair and then an underscore.
Okay, @The Listening Chair _ So make sure you subscribe to all of those. And then, for any brands or distributors out there, we're always looking for sponsorship and opportunities to help carry messages across to everyone. So we're always happy to discuss any type of relationship you might be interested in. So let us know. As a group, the four of us cover a huge amount of territory every year, whether it's shows, live streams, YouTube video content, Instagram, we're all over the place. And, when you partner with us, you get access to all of those venues to put your message out to the larger world. So if anybody's out there and interested, let us know, and we can figure out something to help get your message out to the world.
Well, that's the beauty about the Hi-Fi Mafia, is that this streams over all of our channels simultaneously. So that is indeed huge.
Absolutely. All right, Howard, close us out.
Everybody really, I think the message really is what Giles said. It's like, It's Sunday afternoon, and everyone's got their own stuff, and everyone's busy. So we really appreciate everybody joining us, man. And we're gonna do this every Sunday night, and we're gonna update everybody. My goal is gonna be is basically we're gonna say this is what happened in the week in audio. Okay, everything you're gonna need to know what happened. We're gonna go over it. So thank you all very much.
All right. Take care, buddy. We'll see you guys in the next one.
See ya. Thanks, everyone.